am Olumide Emmanuel. I'm going to be your host on this Insta live session, and I welcome you to an amazing session. We're going to be spending time together. I'm going to be bringing in my guest in another 5 minutes, and then we're going to have an amazing time of learning and time of discovery. Now, please, if you have any question, note the question so you can send it through the question chat box, or send it directly when we get to that point. But we're going to be looking at what I've entitled from local to global. Now, few weeks ago, I did which has now become a 5-part series on before you join the Japa bandwagon, vital considerations. And that series of messages and series of teachings have gone viral all over the world I think we are well over 100,000 people have been able to listen to the messages all over the world, and it's just gone viral. And as a result of that series, a lot of people have been asking series of questions, and a lot of things have further been unveiled that has necessitated the need for me to still do some other stuff. Now, one of the things that I want you to do is, if you have not listened to that series, go to my YouTube channel, Olumide Emmanuel on YouTube, so that you can listen to the entire series on before you join the Japa bandwagon. Then you listen to part 1 to 5. Take time, they are just 35-40 minutes. Take time out to listen to every one of them, because they will tremendously help you. Now, as a result of that series, I've realized that there are so many people making decisions and taking steps that they ought not to take, and a lot of people making destiny decisions, life-altering decisions without accurate information. So do everything you can to ensure that you're listening to that series. Our vital constitution before you say I do, before you join the Japa bandwagon. Now, one of the things that has also come out as a result of the series is that there are lots of Nigerians in diaspora that would like to return home. They would like to come back to Nigeria, and they want to know how to come back to Nigeria. They want to know if when they come back to Nigeria, if it's safe to come back and how they can come back. So I've decided that I'm going to do another Insta live session on that. So on Friday, the 16th of this month, I'm going to be doing another Insta live session where I'll be talking to you about Japa versus Japada. Japa versus Japada. How to return strategically. And that series will be for those that are in diaspora that would like to return back home to Nigeria, like to do something in Nigeria, and they want to know how to return. They want to know what they can do. They want to know how they can return, and that will be done on the 16th of this month, Friday 16th. But today my focus is on those that need not to Japa, because a lot of people don't realize that we are in a global village, and the internet has become the village square. A lot of people don't realize that you can stay local and play global. A lot of people don't realize that they don't even need to relocate to anywhere. You can be in Lagos, you can be in Shagamu, you can be in Ekiti, and you can be working in Canada, working in America, working in London, working in Australia. There are so many remote opportunities for you to be able to work. I give you an example. I got an email from someone in one of the African countries. She's in her 50s. They've been in the UK for about 30 years. And then she's now asking series of questions. And in asking the question, she says she's working in an organization, and she has an opportunity, if she returns back to her country, to work remotely 3 months at a time. Can you imagine? So she will leave the job, go back to her hometown, and she can still work 3 months remotely. Then she goes back to the UK and then do another thing. So the opportunities are numerous, because a lot of companies have had to make adjustments after COVID in their work operational strategy, because guess what? The most important thing is to get the work done, not to get people coming to sit down. So today we're going to be looking into from local to global, how to stay local and earn globally, how to earn in dollars even from Nigeria without having to relocate, without having to sell all your property to relocate when you need not to, without having to separate your family, all in the name of relocation. Husband and children is one place, or wife and children is one place, and then at the end of the marriage is messed up, and a lot of people are just suffering needlessly. Whereas you have the qualification to stay here in Nigeria and earn a lot. There are so many jobs right now that people are doing, maybe if you do like Scrum Master, and then many of them they earn about averagely 70, 75, between 70 to $100,000 a year to be a Scrum Master. Now imagine that you have that ability to do that. You've trained yourself here in Nigeria, and then what they are paying somebody $75,000 for, they pay you $40,000 a year, and you are working from Nigeria remotely. Think of $40,000 times the exchange rate. So you can actually stay here and work remotely, and there are so many things you can do. So that's why we have Benga Totoi today. He's going to be, let me bring him on board. I think I saw him earlier on. So he's going to be telling us what are the opportunities out there, and then what are the skills that you need to develop to make you marketable on a global scale. And then he's going to be telling us some practical steps we can take. Looking for you. Maybe you should just send me, because I'm trying to, I think I saw him come on board. Okay, yeah, found you, good. So he's going to tell us a lot of opportunities that are out there. Yes.
Fantastic.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very, very well, sir. Very, very well. There's a lot of energy in the room.
The children are his business.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I'm happy to be here as well.
I say, let me bring you to come and bring your quota, because anything that is not my area, I try to bring the experts.
Thank you so much, sir.
When it comes to ministry or business or entrepreneurship, yes, but when it comes to career aspects, let's bring the HR professionals and the people that have global insights to come and help add to the equation. So you're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be here. I can see some of my friends. Thank you so much to be here. It's an honor to be on the call with you, sir. Honor.
So you are still in, you have not joined the Jacka band.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And in fact, one of my friends, I was talking to one of my friends on Friday, and it was like, Benga, it's like you are now in high demand, because I see your picture in almost all the programs now, because this area is a concern, and not many people in your area are around. But it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm sure we're going to have fun for another 1 hour or so.
Yeah. So like I was saying before I brought you on, a lot of Nigerians are leaving the country. We don't want to go into the debate of living or not living or whatever, because like, I've dealt with that in the series. Our focus today is to help people know that, look, you don't necessarily have to go. There are opportunities you can explore while you are here. There are skills you can develop. There are platforms that are available. There are transferable skills. There are global skills. There are different kind of short courses you can do. There are professional courses. There are platforms that offer job globally that you don't need to relocate. You can stay in Nigeria and earn in dollars and all those. That is what I want us to focus on today. So I would like you to take your time and help us educate people and say, okay, my people in Nigeria, these are things that are available. These are skills that you need to develop or consider, and then we'll now take it from there. So you have the floor.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Doctor. I'll take a few minutes, and if you can help me, as we lay a foundation or speak to some of these things, if you have questions, you can go ahead and just drop them, right? So that this can be very practical and very helpful, right? But let me lay some foundation, and this is important. I want to reiterate anyone that is on this call that has not listened to the series, and I want to, this is not some empty marketing scheme. I think you did a solid work, taking your time over I mean, literally 5 series to lay the foundation and to address the key areas. And it's important that people go back just to create context, such that you are not overtaken by what you are just hearing people say. And like you emphasized again and again, we don't seem to have a balanced view out there on the conversation of relocating and all of that. So I will try in a couple of minutes. I will go over what seems to be a foundation even for what we are talking about today. And then I will get into, okay, so what practical things can we do? But let me just shock you, sir, and for everyone that is on the call, because I know shock you is a very popular word. This is the first time since I believe 2004, 2005 that we are having such supply of jobs in the Nigerian market.
Mm.
I'll take that again. This is what I mean from top to bottom across industries. The last time we had such a glut in the supply of openings for proper companies, for global companies that are now in Nigeria, that are earnestly looking for professionals to take up this role. So the last time we had this was when the banking consolidation just kicked in, and there was a lot of people looking for entry level roles. There was a lot of people from other industries that were coming into banking. This is the first time, and it's been like that since last year. And I make bold to predict we are going to be like this for another 3 years.
Mm. Mm.
Which is why the next series you want to do about people that need to absolutely return it is just amazing, because they are returning to a country that is in such high demand for the skills and the experiences they have. But I won't be ahead of myself. So let me lay the foundation. So first off, we all need to recognize the fact that the world order has significantly changed. My background is in economics, and so when I talk about world politics, world governance, and things, I know what I'm saying. The world order has changed significantly. It started about 10, 15 years ago. It was gradual. China, Japan, Russia, and co started chasing America to wherever it is America was. America used to be the big brother of the world. Everybody would only look up to America for skill, for talent, for funding, and for technology. But other countries, other world powers, Germany, Italy, France, all of them felt, you know what, there's something we can do here. And they started entering into Africa, going into other parts of the world, and showing people options. What followed that is a situation where, even when it comes to governance and politics, people started setting new narratives, and people just started challenging the status quo and saying things can change. And personally, I started studying, and if you go online, you will see a lot of things. People started saying things about the year 2030, the year 2050. New industries started coming around, and I'm not sure a lot of people paid attention, right? But what we then saw, maybe about 2010, was that as the world changed, countries started relying on what we call global companies to drive their narratives. In fact, I will turn it around a little bit. Global companies started dictating world behavior. And I'll give you very simple examples. If some of us need to do some back research, the entire internet is less than 50 years old. Internet as we know it is literally about 50 years old or thereabout. Companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, that has changed our behavior as human beings, that has changed the way entire industries work today, were better than the last 30, 35 years. If you look at the size of Apple as a country, for instance, as a company, for instance, I dare say you have to combine the entire GDP of Africa as a continent together, and you will still fall below the value of Apple. What that meant was that these global firms started changing the world order. particularly when it comes to the way we work. When you were doing the series, you mentioned something that is significant. In the last, I would say maybe 5-7 years, the word VUCA came into our language, that the world has become a VUCA world, that the world is extremely volatile, the world is uncertain, there is a lot of, the world has just changed. There's a lot of ambiguity around the world, there's chaos and all of that. What happened though was that the word D was added to it, disruption, right? And sir, what I have found out was that one area that has experienced the most disruption has been the world of work. Sorry, I was trying to distract the call. It was
Okay.
the world of work that has become the most disrupted in the entire world. So work as we know it changed. The workplace as we've known it changed. The worker also changed. Those three things happened at the same time. So permit me to pick your brain. You're a man of God. You ran ministry for 30 years plus, I believe. Can you remember when we used to do, Children's Day celebrations in churches, and they will ask the children to do drama? If you remember, the designs were always three: lawyers, doctors, and engineers.
Yeah.
Even when we were raised by our parents, the prayers were simple. You become a lawyer, you become a doctor, you become an engineer.
Yeah.
Some of our parents right now can't accommodate the fact that my career is that I am a digital marketer. I wake up in the morning, I am on Facebook, I am helping companies to position them on Facebook, and I am earning a lot of money. They can't picture. They just can't picture.
Yahoo.
Exactly. I asked you another question. I mean, for someone like me, I used to do pencil work when I was in primary school. I used to take clean sheets of paper. I took it from my brother, and I could take your pictures and do a pencil work. But guess what? That thing was beaten away from me between primary 6 and secondary school. People around me said I was wasting away. I know who will be doing pencil work. What is all of this? I just wasted. Fast forward to where we are now. I ask everyone on this call, check your DSTV channel, check music videos, check adverts. How many adverts are done with cartoon that are cartoon narrated? Pixar, one of the biggest companies in the world today, is built around ability to do cartoon illustrations.
Yeah.
So just imagine what I could have done with ability to do pencil work on a piece of paper. But now I can take a tab and with a pen, and I can still do the same sketch.
Yeah.
And for some of us that follow, legal series and all of that, if you work for the FBI and they are trying to catch a thief or a criminal and all of that, there are people whose job is it to take a piece of paper or a pad and sketch. It's a lot of money, right? So that's one thing. That's the second thing I really want us to understand. The world of work, the worker, and the workplace has significantly changed. I've been in HR 17, 18 years. This has not happened in forever. Where right now we are looking at work and we are dimensioning your work and saying, no, you come 2 days a week, you come 3 days a week. We are looking at certain jobs and saying, this job can be projectized. I don't have to hire you full time. You don't have to come to the work office. When it comes to the kind of workers we have in the workplace as well, we have, it's been said that this is the first time in a long time that we are having multiple generations at work at the same time. We're having some organizations now that are having to go to people that are retired and say, come back as subject matter experts. We need your expertise because there is no one like you again in the industry. And so if you are hiring someone that has retired, you are hiring the person most likely as a consultant.
Yeah.
So things like that, and like I will get into very shortly, I can be in Nigeria and I'll show you examples and I'll show you personal experiences. I can be here in Nigeria and work for global firms. In fact, to even buttress it, global firms have now even come into the country and they don't want to bring people from abroad because it's better. Things around diversity and inclusion and all of that can be done here in the country. So my point is, the world of work, the worker and the workplace has been one area that has been the most disrupted in the last 10, 15 years. Because we now have organizations that are thinking differently. And please, I want some of us that are listening to this, don't get caught up with, well, I work for Okoro and Sons. They say ask me to resume 7 a.m. I close 9:30. Don't just take your mind off that. And I will show you how you can even position yourself to get better opportunities. Okay, so just take your mind off that. So the world of work is one area that has been significantly disrupted. I don't want us to miss that point. What that has done, though, it has created opportunities. And I will share 3 areas or 3 indices that is driving this change that we are seeing in the workplace. Number 1 is that different countries of the world have started changing in the way they live and the way they do their things. And this is what is informing the immigration. Again, I say, I understand the Nigerian situation, and we are not in any way unmindful of the insecurity and many things that is chasing people away. We agree. But this is what has happened. A country like Canada, some years ago, about 10 thereabout, sat down, looked at their population, and saw that they were becoming, if you distribute their population, they had more people that were older. And they saw that when it comes to younger people to work the economy, to be able to pay whatever the pension requirements are for the older people, it was not enough. And that was why Canada as a country decided to open up and draw young people to the economy, because they needed the economy to keep working, or else they will be in crisis a decade or 2 later. And there are many like that. Italy, Greece. I mean, we still watched the match earlier today, the World Cup. The match that was played this afternoon was played in a city called the Education City. The UAE is smart. That particular stadium is where it's called the Education City. So it's built in the middle of a lot of universities. What are they trying to do? After the World Cup, they want you to come back. And I can almost predict, very early in the new year, you will start seeing a lot of adverts from Dakar about scholarships, about university opportunities. They want you to come back and stay in those campuses. But having drawn the entire world to that stadium, you have gone around. Parents have seen the stadiums. Parents have seen the facility of those universities. So it's easier for them to now ride on that and sell to you. So countries started having programs to draw people. Again, like you said in the series, this is not the first time this is happening. It has happened several times. That happened to other countries of the world. If you go to London and other places, you see Asian people, you see people from all walks of life who are now in those countries. So number 1, countries have started changing. Number 2, which I just spoke to now, age and demographic change started driving. 2 weeks ago, the world crossed the 8 billion population mark. About 2 weeks ago, the 8 billionth person was born into the world. But if you do the analysis of the entire 8 billion people we have in the world has all of a sudden become younger.
Yeah.
I'll take that again. The world has never been this young in a very long time. Right? And then when you talk about Gen Zs and millennials and the alpha generation, something built in them is the desire to travel the world. Is the desire to see other places. And so please, let us also start telling parents to allow kids to explore, allow them to do things, allow them to travel. It's part of living. It's part of exploring opportunities. But the world has become younger. Take Nigeria, for instance. We are crossed 200 million. And I always ask people to look at the fact that about 7 years ago, we had about 157 universities in Nigeria. 157, sir. If the average university graduates 1,000 people on a yearly basis, that's 157,000 people. We can't employ all of them in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Fact. We can't. Right? So what are we going to do with that? Secondly, the world has changed when it comes to age. The third one, though, is where I'm going to now really concentrate. So what has happened is the demand for, so I will back it up a bit and connect everything I just said. As the world changed and the world of work changed alongside, following the demands of the world, the works that we now have available to be done by the new worker demands new skills.
Yeah.
I'll play that again. The world has changed. The organizations you and I, someone is saying he or she can't hear anything. Please let's confirm if you can hear me loud and clear.
No, we can hear clearly. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There are jobs to be done, guys, locally and globally. But the organizations are demanding newer skill sets to be able to thrive in these organizations, to be able to even get in at all, right? And let me just jump ahead of myself and give you one example, just one funny example, because I heard someone say that in one of the questions, and I found that very, very, very wrong. The person said, I'm a forensic accountant and I am not appreciated in Nigeria. And that's the reason why I'm looking for another job outside. That's not true. That's not balanced. That's not a balanced statement. I'll give you an example. This is okay. How do I even explain this? Forensic accounting. So you do much more than auditing. If there is fraud, if there's anything anywhere in the country or any organization, you do more than what the average auditor can do to find out and trail any wrongdoing in any organization around finances. So let's lace that on the fact that when there is economic downturn, ask anybody, the rate of fraud goes up, particularly in financial institutions. You can go and check the CBN website. If I say the figure here, some of us will not believe. Consecutively, the last 5 years, or 7 years thereabout, as we experienced some shrinking of the economy and things became tighter, fraud started going up. So the average organization is in hot demand for people with forensic accounting skills.
Yeah.
So what has happened is you can't come into a conversation with me in HR and say, I'm just an auditor. I'm just an accountant. Because our demand has changed and we need newer skill sets, if you don't have it, you will not get the jobs. Step 2, there are companies all over the world that have gone increasingly global, that are now increasingly digital with what they are doing. So they are more exposed. Okay, let's back it up a bit. So that I'm giving life examples. During the last election in America, Hillary Clinton and Trump, there was a great debate around some documents missing, some web attack and all of that. If they are to find out what truly happened, they will need people with very deep forensic accounting or forensic auditing skills.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have to go to America to position yourself for such jobs. That's the point we are trying to make it. So what have changed? Those 3 things have significantly changed the kind of demands that we now have in the organizations that we want to work in, right? There are other points I can get into, but I'll just. So what are now the areas? Let's go to the industries that are looking for new people. I think that's important. What industries around the world are looking for people? Where are the gaps? And there's a reason why I want to start from Nigeria, because please, everyone listening to me, I'm saying it again, I've been in this market 18 years. I have not seen the level of demand for, I had a meeting at Marriott, I think it was Thursday. And I know for a fact, for instance, that in that entire Ikeja GRA in Lagos, there are about 2 other global brands that are coming into that place to set up big hotels. In fact, if any of you listening to me, if you just look at the building opposite Marriott, if you understand architecture, you know it's an hotel that is coming there, right? And the demand is high. Do you know what that means, for instance? What that means is that for a country like ours, I can tell you for free, when it comes to hospitality and healthcare, yes, doctors, nurses are going abroad, and it's totally okay, right? It's totally okay. But I want to establish the fact that hospitality and healthcare, finance, professional services, the production side of the FMCG market, these are 4 critical areas that even locally speaking, the demand for jobs, well-paying jobs, is very high. And it is the same thing globally. So what should we now do? What kind of skills are people looking for, and where and how can I get these skills? I think that is important for me to share with you.
Yeah.
So number one, all things data. All things data, from data analysis to data management, all things data. All things that has to do with numbers. And I'll give you, I'm doing a lot of work, for instance, in the insurance space. So the average insurance company is looking for anyone that studied actuarial science. If you have a degree in, and just look at the insurance market. If you pay attention in the last 3 months, one of the biggest players in South Africa has just done 100% acquisition of another player here in Nigeria. And in that market alone, there's a lot more that is going to happen in the new year into the next 3, 4, 5 years. The insurance subsector of the financial services space is getting hugely disrupted, right? So there are amazing opportunities there. So what skills are we looking for? Anything that has to do with data. Can you take customer data in terms of how customers interact with us online and use that to give us some sort of insights? So you said, for instance, that since the series came out, over 100,000 people have visited your page. 100,000 is a big number, but what is the spread? What is the demographic? What else are they looking for? What else can you serve them with? What product or service can we sell to the 100,000 people? Where are they from? What other needs do they have? So we need someone who maybe studied business administration, studied economics, studied accounting, studied actuarial science, but can take that 100,000 figure and say, this is what it means, and this is what you should be doing. Someone should take that 100,000 figure and inform for instance, for the church, and say, this is where they are from. And just in case you are planning some missionary work or planning some branch planting project, this should inform your prayers. This should inform your direction. Someone should take that number, for instance, if it was a company, and say, I have been to your website. This is what the analysis looks like. The people coming to your website, what they are asking for, this is that much. In fact, I know that solution, for instance. I have a solution on my website that can tell you where visitors are coming from, how long they spend on a page, and what sort of requests they are making. What does that data mean? So it is all things data. And very soon I will show us places where we can go and learn these things, right? But the kind of skills that are in high demand, all things data. Number 2, finance and wealth management. Finance and wealth management. Finance and wealth management. Again, the entire world is dealing with money falling in value. The FTX market has taught people a lot of things. We see what's happening with the crypto market. So typically when the economy is in recession, what happens is a lot of people take their money out of the formal sector and hold, or sell up assets, and they are looking for more opportunities. What that means is that people who understand wealth management, how to help people diversify portfolio, how to sell investment products and services, how to train on how to manage money and multiply money, that demand is going to be on the increase. So investment management companies are looking for salespeople that can sell and advise customers on this thing. So finance and wealth management capabilities is on the increase. Can you take economic numbers and use it to advise people on what to do with their savings and their investments and how to diversify their portfolio? I will touch on digital skills because sometimes people confuse digital and technology skills. They confuse it, but I will separate the two. And I'll give you an example. I was here in Nigeria. I influenced for one of the topmost universities around. And sir, on a yearly basis, the deal is something very interesting. So again, just trying to let people understand that when we say you can stay in Nigeria or go abroad and earn in dollars, I'll give very simple examples. There's one of the online universities around that I am some sort of influencer for, or I am, what's the word now? I am part of what they call the global grid. Any of us have seen Nesford University. There are about 12 of us globally that they put together. And the conversation is simple. They just want us to post on our handles once in a while, attend their events, write an article or whatever, and just answer people's questions about the university. And it's a very good deal. On the yearly, it's a very good deal. That is just tapping into the fact that I'm a thought leader in my space. I've got some level of following. People listen to me online. Getting me income, right? So when it comes to, again, skills that we can pursue, and this is, you don't need to leave Nigeria to learn these things. My pastor will say that, funny enough, it is when you are not online that you are off. But when you are online, you are on. You are on. You are open to opportunities. Today, for instance, you can't be giving me, I come to teach or speak somewhere, don't give me a paper CV. Just take my name, send me a message on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your living CV. There are 1.5 billion people on LinkedIn. That is your living CV. So having digital skills, having the ability to influence a product or a service or a thought is a skill that we now need. Ability to develop content, and these are simple little things that we can pick up. I'll touch on IT skills, and I'll spend some time here. Um, Please, if you are getting a flow, if you have questions, just drop it because I know I'm rushing a bit.
Yeah,
IT,
the entire video will be put on IGTV. It will be on my YouTube.
fantastic, fantastic.
We need to get as many information out. Yeah.
As you can give. Thank you for that. So when I talk IT, in the last few years, I think that the environment has overflowed the demand for developers. And so what has happened is everybody, when you hear tech skills or IT, everybody just saying, I need to be a developer. That is not balanced. Yes, there is a demand for engineers or developers, as the word is, and please learn different languages if you can. But there are many other areas of technology that is in such high demand, and I will focus on those. Number one, product management. That is, someone comes to you and they have a concept, they have an idea, they can do the coding backend, but you can do the entire architecture of what that product will be like. Or you can manage the product once it is out there. There are not very many people in that space, and the demand is high. The demand is high. Number two, data security. In fact, I think that was even increasingly higher than people who are coding now, because again, there are more businesses, there are more human beings online. The attack is higher, and we are seeing companies, we are seeing governments attacked at a global level. And so, ability to do cybersecurity skills is in such high demand. One more that I'll say about technology skills is design. Just design. Ability to, and when we say design, we are very quick to say design websites. That's low level. Can you design user experience for websites? Can you design user experience for products? Those are things that are in such high demand. The last I'll say at this point is professional services. So if you look at the big four, the big six, your KPMGs, EY, Accenture, and Co., and you look at a place like London, before Brexit, London was like the headquarters for professional services. Brexit made a lot of people to leave, a lot of skilled professionals to leave London in particular out of the UK, and they went to France, Paris, and all of those places. And so the UK environment, UK business environment as we speak is in such high demand for people involved in professional services. And this is where consultants come in. This is where analysts come in. And if you know, for instance, there's a lot of demand for people who study business analysis. It's because business analysis, project management, program management, these are areas that are now in such short demand in places like London and America. Now, where can you go learn these skills? Because these skills are very, very, very important. Where can you go learn these skills? and I would try. Osas, I know you're on this call, so if I call some places, you can help me just drop the handle. Osas, good to have you on. So for instance, when it comes to data, learning how to use data in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months. If you don't know how to use Excel at all, for instance, you're that bad and you want to start from ground zero, right? The end of it is that you want to be a data analyst and not data scientist, and that's the very far end, right? But you just want to start from basics, knowing how to use Excel and doing more things with data. Please check out the guys called Datalium. I know them, I can vouch for them. Datalium, that's data, then Leum, Datalium. Osas, please, I know you're on this call. You can help me. Yeah, I'm not distracted. Datalium, that they know what they are doing. Number two, when it comes to more digital skills, right? Just general digital skills that are relevant in the world of work, and you can do some sort of training or thank you, Dami. Thank you. That's the word, Datalium. Anyone can help me find their handle, so it's very easy for people to just follow them straight away. You can check out Utiva. I know the founder. I know some of the guys behind the platform. Utiva is UTIVA. UTIVA. 6 weeks, 8 weeks, they will take you through some formal training. Now, the reason why some of these trainings are important is because locally or globally, whatever it is you have at time, you cannot just say, hey, I'm passionate, I can do this thing, give me an opportunity. You have to show certificate. You have to show some sort of reference of what you have done and what you can do. Do you understand? This is why we are giving these places, because working for global companies, working for either here or abroad, or you want to consult and you are here, you can't just do word of mouth, because in the first place, they will go and find you out online, right? And they have to verify these things. And it's not like Nigeria where in some cases passion is enough. You have to educate your passion and you have to show evidence, right? Even if you want to coach, they will withdraw your license if you go and say what you are not supposed to say, right? So Datalium one, Utiva one. If you want to be a developer and you don't even have the money to do the training, I can put my entire name around Decagon Institute. That's owned by one of my favorite bosses, Chika Obi. Decagon Institute. That's DECAGON. And Dr. Olumide, do you know what these guys have even done? So they've partnered with the is it Edo now? The Edo state government, and they are building out. Imagine a whole, how do I describe? Like a typical estate that can even house people that want to be tech talents. They have this amazing partnership with the Delta state government, and it's amazing. It's a whole environment built out. People can come in there, live, sponsored by the government. It's amazing what they are doing there. So check out Decagon Institute. What they have done is that you don't have to pay to even be trained. You will come in, you'll be assessed, you go through training, and it's residential. Can you imagine? You can live on the campus here in Lagos, in Lekki here. So when people are saying these things are not available, I just marvel. You will be admitted, you'll be given a laptop, you'll be given a place to stay. And it is after the training, when you are now attached to organizations, that you are now start paying them back.
Wow. Wow.
Decagon Institute. I am the one saying, I know the founder, and it's amazing. Decagon, you can be a developer 6 months from now, you're already coding. You don't have money, you don't have laptop, don't worry. Go online now, see for the, if I mention my name, I'm the one that referred you. They'll give you special treatment. Right? The last one I'll say about developers is the Alt School. The Alt School. ALT, then school. Alt School. Amazing people behind it. And you know what I've even done? They've gotten the likes of Fowles the Bad Guy and a few other people to even invest in the school. And so they're in Nigeria, they're in Kenya, they're doing amazing work. They will train you to be a developer. And once you are good enough, they attach you to organizations. And so when we say you can work from here and earn in serious dollars, it's not Yahoo Yahoo.
Yeah.
Right? Let me share a few more. So when you learn these skills, where do you now go to position yourself to get jobs? Or perhaps you already have. So places like Fiverr, Fiverr.com is the globally accepted place for freelancers all over the world. You are a designer, a digital marketer, you freelance around anything. Go on Fiverr, create an account, show what you have done before. Again, I'm stressing it. It's not I can do it, give me an opportunity. No, just lock down, shut yourself down for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, learn these basic things, and then go on Fiverr, position yourself. You'll be getting jobs.
Can you spell Fiverr so that we get it?
Thank you, sir. I personally prefer Upwork. Upwork. Because it accommodates more. I think Fiverr is more for tech people and all of that. But I particularly like Upwork. That's UP, then work. It accommodates a lot more people.
Okay.
And I like to shock people, sir. There are 2 more I'll give you. I like to shock people. Please have an active LinkedIn account. If you're a professional, you can play on Facebook, play on Twitter, do other things, but you cannot but have a clean, updated LinkedIn profile. That's where professionals around the world meet and exchange opportunities. So have a proper LinkedIn profile, join the proper groups so people can see who you are and what you can do. Fiverr is Fiverr. I see someone asking me, so it's Fiverr, Fiverr. What else have I not said? One other skill that is in hot demand in the market is supply chain management. Thank you, Kati. Supply chain management.
So
COVID makes the world.
Sorry for
sorry.
Just let me have they can do remotely.com. They can do freelance.com. Those are also some
very, very good ones. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. The last one I'll share on that, and this is for very high-end professionals like you, Dr. Emmanuel. GLG Insights, and it's not for small boys. glginsights.com. GLG. It is what they've done is to see that there are consultants around the world that are now freelancers. So it is the coming together of subject matter experts around the world. GLG. If you check glginsights.com. So imagine the US government has a massive project and they want, how do I say it now? They want professionals in Africa that understand the deep Africa stuff. You can be a part of consulting projects. They can have a survey and they ask you to fill a survey, and the insights you give them, they will pay you for it. That's glginsights.com. You create your profile, and based on the projects that you do there, things will come to you. There are 2 amazing. I don't know if there are questions, but there are 2 things I just want to help people with, because I did this morning. There's these other 2 things I want to add, just to further buttress what we are trying to create. I went to America and I checked the latest job reports in America and areas where people are getting the most jobs. And I did the same thing in the UK. So I'm giving you data as at today in those 2 markets. Because, sir, what I think is also missing in the market is that people just say, again, I'm stressing, it's okay to go abroad, it's okay. But what if you land there and you are not looking for jobs that are available? So, latest US job market today, I'll give you top 6 areas that is commanding job supply. Number 1, the financial services sector. Financial services, banks, insurance companies, fintechs, all things financial services. And these are places where, GLG Insights. You missed S, damn it. Okay, glginsight.com. Yeah, you got it. Financial services. Number 2, manufacturing. Manufacturing is one area where people are getting a lot of jobs. So you have to work in the productive end of the market in America. Transport and warehousing, and that's why Amazon and all of that, there's a lot of jobs coming from those places. Retail. So we are entering the retail. After Thanksgiving, America enters the retail market. There's a lot of buying and selling and moving around. And there are many apps that you can sign on, and you can just take goods from one supermarket, go and drop here and there. You can do 2 hours per day and things like that. Number 5, education and health services. Education and health services. So a lot of our top, you share the story of a banker in one of your series, and those things break my heart. You have people with a lot of experience here in Nigeria and other parts of the world, and then they travel and they junk all that experience.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not right. It's not right. You can go abroad and lecture.
Yeah.
Benny Dipo is a good friend. He's been in London, I think, 10 years. He lectures in one of the universities on strategy. You can lecture. So education and health services is another area where people are getting, there's a lot of supply of jobs in America. Then the sixth one is professional and business services. This is where coaches, business analysts, associates, people who work on data, people who work on project management. This is where there's a lot of offers in that area. And then I went to the UK market, and there are 10. There are 10 areas that there are such hot supply of jobs right now. Okay, the network went off. Okay, you're back. Number one,
Yeah.
software
So I'm back.
development.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Software development. Number two, career. And I mentioned that also when I was mentioning American market. Number three, sales. Sales. If you can sell anything, you get a job. Number four, teaching. So they realize, for instance, after COVID, there's a lot to make up for in children education. Or if you do education of people with special needs, if you are here in Nigeria and you have taught people with special needs, they can't hear well, they have some autism disease and all of that. It's a hot cake when you get to London. Product management, I said that earlier. Number five. Number six, yes, I'll say it. Cleaning. Cleaning. You will get jobs if you are ready to clean, and different big places. Like, for instance, you're all watching the World Cup. Just after the World Cup, people who stay back and clean, and it's not a bad thing. Number seven, government employees. In the UK, for instance, NHS is still one of the biggest employers of labor, right? So if you want to work in government. By the way, I should advise people, this is what nations of the world now do. So the UK, for instance, knowing that there are a lot of Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans, and all of that coming into the UK, what they would typically do is now to hire Nigerians to work in the home office, or they will hire Ghanaians to work in the home office, because their thinking is that you understand Nigerians. You're a Ghanaian, you understand Ghanaians, and there are some deep things they will make you do. Maybe things like languages and things like that, or explaining. For instance, in the last 1 year, I've been working with some people from Bulgaria. They want to start hiring developers from Nigeria. And you know what? One of the reasons why they are engaging me, talk to us about Nigeria. Talk to us about what makes Nigerians Nigeria. What do you like about food? Your reaction to culture, religion, and all those things, so that they can be better prepared to relate and work with Nigerians. And so I'm stressing that for some of us that are going abroad, or we are seeking global opportunities, one of the things we can begin to position ourselves for is that I am a Nigerian. I understand Nigerians. If you are out there as a company, as government, and you want a Nigerian educating you on the culture of Nigerians, I'm available. You will have jobs to do. Um, the number 8 one is electricians. I also want to stress something here. I posted something on Instagram like 2 months ago. Globally now, everybody's talking about the green economy, global warming and things like that. So that has made a demand for alternative energy, solar, wind, and all of that. I can't remember the country, but I think it's Poland. They released a report to say that there's a problem. What is the problem? They have a stockpile of solar panels. They have homes that need them, but they don't have people that can install solar panels. I needed to pause to share that. People to install solar panel. But the problem is that anyone who does solar panel work and all of that here is looking down on himself and saying, what am I doing? I'm not, no. You are calling it solar panel. The world calls it green energy. So if you are an electrician or you are a technician, you can install solar panel. I think it's Poland. I'll go and get that report and repost it up so that people can see these things. Right? The next is mechanics. Number 9th highest earning area in London today, mechanics. And then number 10, customer service. I like to stop here and just take questions because
Yeah. So we have done well. So all don't worry, we're going to put this on IGTV. It's going to be on YouTube channel. So we have done
thank you so much.
well. We have looked at the realities. We have
Yeah,
looked at the work, the worker, and the workplace in a changing
how we
world.
can say, yeah,
Looked at the three things that is affecting our world today. Countries are changing the way they operate, age demography, new skills are now on demand. We have
yeah,
looked at the industries that are looking for people. We have
yeah,
looked at skills that are being sought for. And we have
yeah,
also looked at where you can go to learn so that
yeah,
you can be able to have those skills. And then we
yeah,
have also looked where you can now go to get the job that can pay you.
yeah.
But we have covered a lot. And then we have so nobody has any excuse to do what needs to be done. So if you are listening to me right now, my name is Olumide Emmanuel. I'm your host, and my guest today is Bega Totoyi, and he's been
Thank you so much, sir.
looking at from local to global, how to stay local and play global, how you can work remotely, earn in dollars, how you can become a global citizen based on your skills that are transferable all over the world. And if you want to learn more, just follow me on all my social media platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at Olumide Emmanuel, on Twitter at Olumide Emmanuel, and on Facebook at Olumide.Emmanuel. If you have not yet listened to the series on Before You Join the Jackpot Bandwagon, part 1 to 5, you can go to my YouTube channel and get that. And then on Friday the 16th, we're going to be having the next Insta Live session, and we're going to be looking at Jackpot versus Japada. Japa versus Japada. So we're going to now focus on those that want to return back to Nigeria, how to return strategically, because there are so many jobs waiting, there are so many opportunities here that a lot of people in diaspora already have the talents, they have the culture, they have the
Yeah.
mindset, have the experience that will help them to come back home. And because they are Nigerians, once they come back home, they become hot cake. We have seen that happen in entertainment. How a lot of
Yeah.
people come from London, from America, and they've come to be major players in the entertainment sector. We've seen that happen also in still entertainment, Nollywood, and all those stuff. Because a lot of all these companies are now in Netflix is in Nigeria. All these international companies,
Sony is in Nigeria. All of them are here.
they are all here. They are doing amazing stuff. So if you are in diaspora and you want to return, we're going to now look at Jackpot versus Jackpot, how to return strategically, where you can live. That's how you can avoid the security issue, how you can return strategically. You want to do business there. So we're going to do that on Friday the 16th. I'm going to take you through that. Then on Saturday the 17th, my last meeting for the year will be the Global School of Money Summit. It's a virtual.
Wow.
We're expecting 50,000 people from all over the
Wow.
world to join. So the Global School of Money Summit will be coming up on Saturday, the 17th of December. That will be our last meeting, and it's virtual. It's a global event, and I'm going to be talking to you on how to turn your passion into profits. I'm going to take you through the 12-step process of turning your passion into profit so that we can position you for 2022. And then if you want to join the mentorship platform and prepare for next year, our next year's Billionaires Conclave event is coming up on the 3rd and 4th of March. 3rd and 4th of March at the Marriott Hotel. Is a 2-day fully residential event, and the theme is from local to global, how to become a global player and build global organizations. So Cosmos Maduka will be joining me, Dele Momodu will be joining me. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing time. Publicity is on, and I think we need to bring Benga to come and join the group because we need to get a lot of career people to come and learn this thing one-on-one. So
You have
we'll
my
talk
yes any day, anytime, sir. You have my yes. You have my
we'll
yes.
talk after now. So let's all
No
begin
problem.
to prepare to maximize our offer. So let's take some questions.
Okay.
So please, my questions are: which sites can one train on wealth management aspects? Then can one actually consider customer service as a career? As I hear that it is not a career path. Okay, so did you get that?
I got that. I can address that.
Okay.
So number one, if you if you just want to learn any of these professional courses, short courses, free ones, or some that are the money is not a lot, I advise you do LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning. Dami, please help me. LinkedIn Learning and then Coursera. There's no course, no professional training you want to do that you can't learn on those areas. And then you can get certificates for them. That's one. Two, please be very careful when it's just that sometimes, and I'm trying to come out and talk more and educate people more, because when I hear statements like customer service is not a career path, so you should not do it. On what grounds? On what grounds?
No.
When companies as high as, I don't care who they are creating experience, concerned about customer experience, you can build a career around customer care. You can. And even if you are in one now and you don't think it's your future, use it as a means to an end. So I'm on a contract job in a bank, I'm in customer service, I earn XYZ. It's okay. That's where you are now. But you can now, from a percentage of what you earn, start learning other skills by the side to feed into where you want to go further down the line. Customer care is a possible career path, and you can learn things on wealth management on Coursera and LinkedIn Learning.
Okay. I'll be happy to give okay. Then please work training on project management. Someone is asking for training on project management.
Those, so Utiva that I mentioned earlier does training on project management. I'm trying to remember any other one. Go to Certification Edge. Certification Edge here in Ikeja, they do that. But just do a simple Google search. Honestly, there are many people, and there are just two streams. You're either doing Prince 2, which is from Prince 2 Project Management, or what's the other one? I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone here is asking, what's the registration fee for the... Okay. Well, the Conclave is my mentorship platform. Okay, yeah. Now, let me before I answer that. Now, Bega, you were talking about the data, the 100,000 people. We have actually done that. So as a result of looking at the data, where are the people and all those stuff, we realize that a lot of people want to join my mentorship platform and they want me to mentor them on different aspects. So what we have done in response to is we have now launched the Billionaire Conclave virtual online mentorship platform, which was launched on the 1st of December. We launched that.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So people can now join my mentorship platform through. So we've created a YouTube channel for that separately, and they can now get a lot of special. So they have a lot of audio programs, and then there's going to be live ones and all this also. If you like to join that, so let me just give you our contact details. 0809 144 7423. 0809 144 7423. That's both the by phone and by WhatsApp. And then email is ouroverseer@gmail.com. Ouroverseer@gmail.com. And then my website is olumideemmanuel.org. olumideemmanuel.org. So if you want to join the conclave, you just go olumideemmanuel.org/conclave. And then it takes you straight, olumideemmanuel.org conclave, it takes you straight to that. So the conclave now has the virtual session where you can pay every month. You pay monthly. We have the basic and we have the advanced. And then the major one is the conclave where you pay $3,000 per annum for an individual. And then for a company, it's $10,000 per annum, which accommodates 5 people. So once you become a member of the conclave, that meeting in March that I'm talking to you about, it's 3rd and 4th of March, is our annual conclave meeting. So you are a member. So that meeting is free for all members, all fully paid members. 2 days fully residential event at Marriott. And then we'll do a training for your staff. And then we'll also have 3 other virtual events that we do. So it's just an amazing opportunity. But because of time, just call the numbers on the screen or call 0809 144 7423. So somebody is asking here about supply chain. He says, please talk about supply chain management. Somebody else is asking the same thing, that can you throw more light on supply chain management?
Okay. So uh, let's use COVID to explain, to further explain that. The entire world was on lockdown, and at a point, some countries even had to go to the military to find people who understand logistics, moving goods from one place or the other. At the lower end, someone will talk about Korea moving one product from VI to Ikeja and things like that. But globally speaking, there are professionals that understand how movement of goods and services happen all over the world. For instance, there is a you see this Ukraine-Russia war has further created a demand for people in supply chain management. Because, for instance, the entire world used to rely on Ukraine for the supply of Greece, for the supply of is it maize now? What am I trying to say? I just lost the word. Wheat,
Yeah.
rather, for the supply of
With
wheat. That
with
goes into production of beer, production of many things. So the moment that supply was that local supply of raw material was challenged, where and how do you get that same supply from any other parts of the world to areas where you need it without flouting international trade laws, without buying from areas where they have used underage kids to do production and things like that. So that is supply chain management at its peak. How do you onboard vendors from around the world and make sure that, oh, I work for a production company here in Nigeria. For instance, to even when we had the flood in the northern part of Nigeria, it created a supply chain management mayhem for us as a country. And that's why down the west now, beyond the issue of forex and all of that, prices of goods will continue to rise for another 6 months because all of a sudden, what we used to get from the north and some parts of the east, we can't get it again. It's the work of supply chain managers to then say, for these final goods and services, this is where we get raw materials. This is how long it stays in production. This is when how we move products and services from there. For instance, one of our clients is in Jos. If you do farm fresh yogurt very well, that farm fresh yogurt is produced fresh in Jos, premium milk, and then moved around the entire country. That's supply chain management. And every major industries around the world are beginning to see the challenge there, and they need professionals that understand how to source materials, how to keep them between your production's life cycle and things like that. But again, you want to learn more, go on Coursera. This is a specialized area that a lot of people are, and that's where maritime comes in. I saw a question earlier around someone saying, "What about maritime services?" Um, that's the parts that connect with maritime services and people who understand moving goods and services.
okay.
That's my
More
clear answer.
questions. Someone is asking, okay, all these courses you are talking about, I don't have more than school certs. So can I take this one with from school cert level and take all these courses? Then somebody else is asking that these jobs we are talking about, if I have all the qualifications, are they age bound? Because he wants to change to go into business analysis. Will they not
Okay.
say it's good? Yeah.
So fantastic questions. One of the many things that have also happened around the world has been, I'm in HR. I know when we used to glorify certificates and degrees. I was in this profession then too. But we have moved away from that largely for some areas. We now emphasize your skill. Can you do ABC? And interviews are as practical as I will give you a laptop. Oh, I can use Excel. Oh, yeah, this is laptop. Do what you are saying you can do. And the moment you can do it, you are fine. Work development, ability to code and get it done. And so there are opportunities for you to do it, plus or minus your degree. Don't stop yourself. Just be so good at it that you can solve my problem right here and now. You get jobs. That's one. Number two is I am always very careful with how I advise people to transition from one career path to another. For instance, I'm an HR person, but my background is in economics. Now, with the importance of technology, I am not going to abandon the conversation is not to abandon economics or abandon HR and say I want to start developing. No, it's to say what is the impact of technology in HR? I was speaking at a conference many years ago, and one statement jumped out of my mouth, and I think it was divine. I asked the audience, if you work in a bank and your bank now, if what happens to your banking career if the bank where you work becomes an app? I was not saying leave banking. I was not saying now jump into technology, but I was advising that I'm in customer care. The question first is, what technology tool do I need to go learn how to use to make my customer care work better? That's one. That's one area to look at first. The second is to now say, okay, you know what? I'm not even making progress in this chosen path, and I've got age on my side, I've got money, I have time. I am willing to leave it completely and go chart a new path. Then you can do that. But I'm always advising for that number one first, because sometimes you need to keep bread and butter on the table to now from that salary is where you are getting money to go and fund another training or fund some learning before you can then start jobs there and continue. Or better still, people leave Nigeria and go work 2, 3 jobs, do overnight education when they go abroad. You can do that here in Nigeria. If I want to leave all the things I'm doing in HR now and go into strategy purely, I will not have to dump HR, but I can keep my HR job, and then I use my weekends, I use my evenings, I use my nights for the next 1 year, 2 years to plan a transition. So it's not too sharp. You don't drag your family, you don't drag yourself through the mud. That's always my advice.
Okay. So I have so many questions because of time. Someone is asking, when is Dr. Olumide coming to US and president of, okay, contact us. I'll be in the US in April. Contact the office and let's see
Okay.
what we do. In fact, since you are into business network, we just launched a product. We launched 2 products 2 days ago. One of them is the virtual mentorship platform, both the basic and the premium. And then we also launched the diaspora plots. I'm majorly into real estate. We have a lot of estate here. So we've launched the diaspora plot promo. That was launched on the 1st. It's a 60-day promo, 20 plots in our estate in Ikorodu. It's an estate fully fenced with CFO and government approved layout. 20 plots in our estate in Uyo. It's also a fully fenced estate with lights, water, whatever. We've done the NEPA poles, we've done the borehole, and we're doing 20 plot there. That one also have the certificate of deposit, C of D, and then 20 plots in our estate in Genesis Estate in Abuja. That's also an estate that has R of O. So we have 20 plots in each of those estates, and there are 60 plots altogether. So we're doing a diaspora plot promo, and the promo is for $10,000 per plot. And the plot of land is not just a plot of land, it's a fully fenced plot. So we do dwarf fence, and it also comes with architectural design, all the documentation, no hidden charges, and then we help you to secure and maintain the land for 2 years while you prepare to build. And when you are ready to build, we can build for you. So Tayore or something. So if you can contact my office, just call us 0809 1447423 or our overseer at gmail.com. Contact us. Let's see how we can work together to get your people to buy into that. And I'm going to be in the US in April. I'm doing School of Money tour in 8 different states in April. So I'm doing the American tour in April. So we can look into if your state, whatever state you are in, if it falls into where I'm going to. I'm going to be doing Maryland, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, and probably somewhere in the East Coast. So just talk to the office and let's see what we can do together on that. Then somebody keeps asking again about this particular the particular recording. This recording is going to be on IGTV and it's going to be on my YouTube channel. And then if you want to know about the people about the diaspora plot, just go to madibaglobal.com/diaspora plots. madibaglobal.com/diaspora plots. Once you go to that website, all the frequently asked questions is there. The graphics you are asking for is there. The brochure, you can download the brochure, the application form, the terms and condition, everything is there. And the promo is just for 60 days. So let me see if there's another customer service. What technology part? Do I have, okay. Is there any advice of medical doctor and health workers? Uh, question of network, oh, Benga, you are wow. So well, so yeah, yeah, network was no. That's why we need 6G and 7G. So all those that are asking questions about the conclave, just go to the website olumidemanuel.org/conclave, download the brochure, and then if you need to or talk to my office, so that there are many information we cannot just be throwing out on social media like this. So and then so just call the office. The phone numbers are there. The 0809 is both phone and WhatsApp. 0809 144 7423. Send the WhatsApp. They will give you all the details. Go to the website. For the diaspora plot, it's madibaglobal.com/diaspora plot. We have only 60 plots available, 20 plots in the 3 estates. You can send your lawyer. I always tell people investigate before you invest. So send your lawyer to come. Let them, and if you have any family member, let them come and see the land fully fenced, and then let them come and collect the CFO to go and verify, so that they can do your due diligence, so that you can know that we are not one of those funny people. Then, so once you do that, plug in while the offer lasts. It's only 60 plots. It's a special promo for 60 days. If you need the flyer for the plot, go to the website madibaglobal.com/diaspora plot. If you want to be a part of the conclave, you're asking for instrumental payments, talk to the office. Let's know what your definition of instrumental payments is, and then we'll see if it's something we can accommodate. Okay. So many. Well, let me, because of time. So, Benga, what are your final words? We can't give.
My final words.
When people don't pay, they don't pay attention. So, people I don't like all this free. We have to continue to be whatever we can. So, if you
My
want to get
final
one,
words.
go
Yeah.
and register. You can come to the conclave summit. We do local to
Yeah.
global, and you come in.
Honestly, my final words are this. There, there's just so much going on that if you are not careful, it will even shut you down. You won't be able to do anything. But if you want to find more job opportunities here, take your time. Follow recruitment companies that are verified. Follow proper HR people online, LinkedIn everywhere. Follow them, ask for questions. They may not be able to answer immediately, but over time they will answer you. And if they are doing any program or any training, pay attention, go there and learn these things. But I want us to understand that the entire world economy is going through I think it's not just the fact that the world is changing, it's the pace of the change that is even confusing. So it's important that we are open to opportunities, open to information. When anybody tells you anything, challenge it, query it, go online yourself, go to offices, follow the right people, ask questions, just feed your curiosity. Feed your curiosity. And over time, because at the end of the day, some of these decisions have to be decisions you will make. They have decisions you will make yourself. But like one of my friends would say, getting a job is a job. Getting ahead in your career is a job. Making more money is a job. Give it attention. Tell yourself, my next 6 months, my next 1 year, I'm going to learn everything I need to learn. I'm going to ask questions on how to move forward in my career. Might be staying here, might be going abroad, whatever it is. Just give it attention and do the work. That's my last words.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very
Yes.
much. I appreciate you for this time. So I
Yeah,
will talk
thank you so much.
to you about the March events to
You have
see
my
which
yes. You have my
people can bring
yes.
up so that people can come and learn physically, because a lot of people need to come and learn.
Yeah, you have my yes. You have my yes. We'll work out the details.
Yeah. So
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much.
It's,
Thank you, everyone.
thank you very much. Let's release you to
Bye
go.
bye.
So
All right.
we're wrapping up in the next few minutes. I'm
Okay.
going to put it on IGTV, and it's going to be on my YouTube channel, Olumide Emmanuel on YouTube. So you can go to my YouTube channel, and then you can watch the Jackpot series part 1 to 5. And then you can also contact the office so that you can join the virtual mentorship program. We have the basic, which you pay every month, and we have the premium. So there's going to be a lot of exclusive content for you guys, and then we're going to be having a lot of virtual sessions together. And then depending on the level you apply for, we're going to be having some one-on-one session opportunity for you to be able to be directly mentored by me and have direct access to me. And then if you want to join the Billionaires Conclave, like I said, that's $3,000 per annum. If you register for that, you come for the conclave meeting free. We'll do some training free and all the stuff. But just go to the website, olumidemmanuel.org/conclave, to download the brochure and study it very well, and then prepare for it. And then for the real estate opportunity, the diaspora plot promo, go to madibaglobal.com/diaspora plot, and you get that. And if you want to contact us, it's 0809 144 7423 or our overseer at gmail.com. So take advantage of all that, and you'll be glad you did. So thank you very much, everyone. Um,
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
God
Sure.
bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.